Hi there. Today I wanted to hold a mini class on the bad habit that 99% of dieters have and how it's keeping you from hitting your goals, and especially your goal weight. This is a missing piece of the puzzle that you have been looking for, so please pay attention because I think you'll find this super helpful. But first, I want to introduce myself. I'm Katie Corbett. I'm the Certified Health Education Specialist and weight loss expert and coach. I'm also a busy mom of 8, and so I can totally understand how hard it is to lose weight while trying to take care of your family and then meet the demands of your busy life. So I totally get ya. And I was someone who always struggled with my weight. Even in middle school, I had yo-yo dieted for well over 30 years. And then one day I hit a place of done. I was approaching 40 and I could not stand the thought of starting yet another diet, having it take up all my mental energy, learning all the new rules and all the new recipes, and really only just to be disappointed a few weeks later when I would fail at that diet and then make up for all the ways I had deprived myself and wind up gaining all the weight back that I had just lost and some more. So what I did was I took a year off. I was like, you know what? Diets aren't working anyway. I called it my year of grace. I applied my research skills that I had learned in graduate school to figure out what is the right way to lose weight and finally keep it off for the last time. So I kind of went on my own little journey here and I called it my year of grace. I wasn't going to diet. I wasn't going to punish myself. I wasn't going to do anything crazy. I was just going to learn. So this is what I learned during that year of grace. It's your brain's job to make sure you stay alive, safe, and happy. And anytime your brain has any inclination that you're in danger or unhappy, it will work to create a solution to restore your safety and make sure you live. Okay, so it's brilliant, and your brain is going to do whatever shortcuts it can to make sure that happens. So this is really important to understand because when your brain thinks, it uses tons of calories. Have you ever really had to concentrate on something new or difficult? And when it's over, you find yourself really exhausted. Even if it wasn't a physical activity you were doing, you just had to concentrate, but you found when you were done, you were wiped out. That's because your brain was working hard and burning calories. Even though your brain only takes up 2% of your body weight, it actually accounts for 20% of your energy use. So it's a really big calorie burner. And because of that, your brain is going to work to conserve as much of that energy as possible. In order to conserve the energy, it creates automatic habits or systems. That don't require your intentional, deliberate thought as often as possible. So it basically develops systems for anything you repeatedly do, kind of putting you on autopilot. And that's why you could be driving and suddenly arrive at your destination and realize oh my gosh, how did I get here? I really have no memory of actually driving the car. And I can't believe I'm here already, right? You just almost daydream, but you get there somehow safely, right? That's your brain. It's just developed this brilliant system. But when it's not understood, it can actually be the root of the very thing you're struggling with when it comes to permanent weight loss. And here's why. Because your brain wants to keep you happy and safe and alive and conserve as much energy as possible. It'll create automatic systems and habits really without your awareness. So for example, if I have an uncomfortable emotion or something that causes me to have unpleasant thoughts or a feeling that gets generated, my brain interprets that I'm in danger or something is wrong. And it learned that if I ate something, I would feel better and I would forget about those uncomfortable feelings and thoughts. So anytime that happened, anytime I felt any sort of uncomfortableness, my brain would tell me I was hungry. And it would do it over and over again till it was automatic. And so I wouldn't even notice it was happening. And since I wasn't aware that was what my brain was doing, I didn't know I actually wasn't hungry. My brain was telling me I was hungry out of habit and emotion rather than actual physical hunger. And I was unable to tell the difference. I just always felt hungry and unsatisfied. And so basically, what I learned was we really have two stomachs, one real and one phantom. And the brain will get the signals crossed and read everything just as true hunger. So chronic dieting will also cause you to misunderstand those hunger and fullness cues. And if you don't understand the psychology of how your brain works, you're just going to truly feel hungry. And any attempt to diet is going to make you feel deprived. And then because you're trying to argue with your brain, and your brain is absolutely brilliant at maintaining you and keeping you alive, you really struggle and you'll feel like really like an over desire to eat. It's like when that food kind of calls you and beckons you and you can't shut it off. That's your brain trying to keep you happy and alive and trying to serve you up a solution of what it learned how to do to make you feel better. But in this case, with food being so abundant, it's actually harmful to us because it causes extra weight on our body. But this is like the really cool part. So what I learned was 99% of overeaters and people who struggle with their weight have their brains telling them they're hungry in response to one of these 5 situations. So this is where you can kind of turn in and see if this applies to you at all. So the first one is you doubt yourself, right? Food is a great distractor. For example, if you go eat something rather than make a difficult decision, your brain will help you feel better and help you not doubt yourself by distracting you with food or the offer of food or the idea of go eat something, you'll feel better, okay? The second way is you feel frustrated. Life is not going how you thought it would. Maybe there's frustrating relationships or unmet needs or dreams or goals. So food really becomes a reward for you. So you may say to yourself, for example, well, I can't do what I want, but at least I can eat these cookies. So the third way is you may feel vulnerable. So for example, you'll use the extra weight on your body as an excuse not to put yourself out there. So for example, you may say to yourself, well, I'll start dating, or I'll start looking for a new job, or I'll go ask for that promotion once I lose the weight. The fourth way is you feel rebellious or angry. Food may be the only enjoyable thing you have in your life right now, and you just don't want to give it up. So for example, you may say to yourself, I cannot wait to have ice cream once the kids go to bed. It's the only break I get all day. And the fifth way is you feel empty, lonely, or bored. Because even yo-yo dieting is going to lead to this empty feeling inside of you. And so you'll try to escape that emptiness by filling yourself up with food because your brain has taught you like food will make you feel better. Right? So if like, for example, you always, if you feel stressed and every time you feel stressed, maybe shortly thereafter, you feel ravenously hungry, your brain is telling you you're feeling hungry, but you won't recognize that it's only phantom hunger. You'll interpret that as actual physical hunger. You'll believe your brain. And if you don't have the awareness that this is happening, you'll just go eat something, even though your body doesn't actually need the food. And when you have extra food that your body isn't consuming, it will store it as fat. So learning this one thing was life-changing for me. Like I said, I learned this and how to differentiate between my two stomachs. The weight really started coming off. The first week I started doing this and challenging my brain and saying, wait, am I really hungry or is this just phantom hunger? And noticing all those times, I lost 8 pounds and I wasn't depriving myself. I was just finally paying attention and learning how my brain worked. Then steadily over the course of the next 10 months, I just continued practicing what I had learned and the weight finally was coming off. Wash, rinse, repeat every day. No drama, no deprivation, just a new relationship with myself and so much more. In fact, other areas of my life began to change too. I had more energy. I had more self-confidence. I'd finally speak up for myself and recognize like, hey, I actually do have needs that deserve to be met. And I stopped putting myself on the back burner and started actually taking care of myself in a way I never had before. When I would punish myself through diets, I would always not treat myself to anything nice because I never felt like I deserved it since I was overweight and I felt like a failure and I had no willpower, so I didn't deserve nice things, right? But finally I could keep up with my kids and the pain in my knees went away. And listen, I did not exercise like crazy or starve myself or punish myself. I just approached myself from this place of grace and love, and I started building a life that included goals I had set for myself because I finally got to know myself and know what I needed. And then my friends and family started noticing my weight loss. So they started asking me for help, and they started implementing the tools I taught them, and they started seeing results too. So fast forward to today, I had another baby, my 8th at age 42, and within 6 months, I was back into my pre-pregnancy jeans. That had never happened to me before. I wore a size 22 for ages, and now even after having my 8th baby in my 40s, I got back into a size 10 jeans, which is unbelievable for me. Unbelievable. So I don't have to obsess about food. I was able to change my relationship to it. Food was no longer my enemy, and it no longer controlled all my emotions. And I didn't have to label my day as good or bad based on if I was able to stick to my diet or not. And I had finally got to wear cute clothes, and I never felt powerless about my weight anymore. I finally have a system that works, and I didn't have to count calories or weigh my food or eat a prescribed meal plan. And one of the really great things is I am a mom of 8, and I have 3 teenage daughters. So I'm modeling this healthy non-diet relationship and I'm just so thankful that I found this way of eating, because I feel like obesity is no longer some generational curse that just runs in my family. And I can actually go shopping and pick clothes up from the regular size clothing bin and not worry if the rolls of my back fat are going to stick out, or are the arms in this jacket going to be super tight around my upper arms. It's just really kind of nice. But the best part is just this freedom that I found, that I can finally trust myself around food without needing to categorize my food and only, eating a certain meal plan. I can actually just trust myself and turn in and see, okay, what do I want to eat? If it's a cold day out, I can say, I'd like some soup, even if it's not on some meal plan. I'm just allowed to pamper myself that way, and it feels so luxurious. My dad always struggled with his weight, to the point where he had gastric bypass surgery to lose weight because he was morbidly obese. And he once said to me, Katie, all diets work until they don't. And it's so true, right? Because our brain is a super powerful tool. And if you're anything like me, you have tried more diets than you care to admit, because I think, honestly, there's a food group for every diet out there, right? And we both know, you're hoping for that magic pill, that one diet that you can lose the weight and be able to eat whatever you want from now on. But really, extra weight is just an indication of a life out of balance. That's it. Diets are really just Band-Aids. They'll work for a little bit, but they're never going to get to the root of the problem and the real reason why weight is a problem in the first place. So look, if you're still watching this for a reason, chances are weight is a pain point for you, and maybe you want help. So you know where to go, and you know where you want to go. The only thing left is, how are you going to get there? So remember a little bit ago, I told you about your 2 stomachs, your one real and your one phantom. Well, as a chronic dieter, your brain has learned to always report any feeling of hunger to you. So it could be stress, joy, overwhelm, sadness. Your brain's job is to keep you happy and alive. So it learned to interpret any uncomfortable feeling as a signal for you to eat, because it will help you feel better, right? It does. It does help you feel better, except a few minutes later, you feel worse, right? So you might not even notice this. Your brain is really, really good at something called automaticity. And it basically will do this without requiring you to pay any attention. So that's why you'll find yourself suddenly in front of the fridge feeling hungry just as you sit down to watch TV at night. Or why, like me, at 4 o'clock every afternoon, I was starving for chocolate chips, and I would hit that bag with some cheer because I was really tired and overwhelmed, but I didn't know I was tired and overwhelmed. I just felt hungry. As a matter of fact, studies show people who struggle with their weight don't realize they eat 47% more food than they actually do. So if you use the tools and the knowledge that I give you, without it, sustained weight loss will always feel elusive and you'll feel powerless. But what I do is I teach you step by step exactly what I learned from my year of grace. And that is the missing piece of the puzzle you've been looking for. Because you probably know all the food rules. You probably know how to eat healthy. You know how good you feel when you get your nutrition in line. But this is probably what you're missing, is this psychology piece of weight loss, okay? So what I want to tell you is today you have a chance to grab a proven roadmap that shows you exactly how to do this. And I'm calling this the Winter Weight Loss Session. And in this session, we're going to meet together for 16 weeks. I'm going to teach you the main 6 pillars of weight loss. Under each of the pillars, I'm going to give you at least 6 tools to implement. Most of them have more than that. So that is going to give you well over 36 different angles to approach your unique circumstances and make your weight loss inevitable. Here's what's going to do for you. Okay, first you're going to learn how to apply the tools I teach to add to your emotional intelligence so you can understand the why behind the struggle with your weight. You're going to be able to distinguish between your 2 stomachs. So you'll learn how to properly nourish your body and stop overeating. You'll learn how to stop living in extremes of eating perfectly on a diet or eating everything in sight. You'll get to the root cause of the extra weight so you never have to yo-yo diet again. Plus, you'll build a life you love based on your unique personality, so food is no longer the center of your world. You'll also understand your thoughts and how they affect your behavior and your appetite so that cravings are no longer an issue and they'll actually get reduced. You'll also learn state-of-the-art coping tools for stress and anxiety, so you're no longer stress eating or hitting the drive-thru on your way home after a rough day. You'll learn how to identify your unique strengths and leverage them for weight loss success, so losing weight is not difficult. For the first time in your life, you'll finally be able to understand your appetite and the drive to eat and why weight loss has seemed so elusive before. You'll also understand how your brain has learned to relate to food so you never feel powerless or chaotic around food again. So the bottom line is this: if you really want to lose weight for the last time and start living a life you want, I want to invite you to join me in this Winter Weight Loss 2021 group. The price, if you pay in full, is $350, or you can make 4 payments of $99. And that is an amazing price because you'll have access to the entire health and wellness blueprint, as well as the user's manual workbook with worksheets that you'll be able to work through and apply the tools I teach you. You'll also get the How to Eat Like Your Skinny Friends ebook, as well as all the coaching call replays. But not only that, right? I'm also including a limited time one-on-one 60-minute coaching call as a bonus from me to say thank you. Now, space is limited, so don't wait, because as my schedule fills, that bonus will go away. I am sharing this offer with over 3,000 women, and I have 30 spots available. So if you want into this winter coaching group, you need to get in there while the spots are still open. So don't wait. If this is something you want to do, act on it now. You can click on the link below and enroll today. So one more thing, I just want to talk to the moms out there who have tried everything and they just feel stuck and they feel really frustrated. For the moms who hide behind their kids in pictures, who put everyone ahead of themselves. If you're tired of yo-yo dieting and feeling deprived and only like to gain that weight back, and you know how to lose weight, right? You know all the rules, you've done all the right things, but you still struggle with your weight and you're not where you want to be, and you know there's something missing, but you cannot figure out what it is. I know how you feel because I felt exactly that same way. And I was so desperate to lose weight. I even ate cabbage soup for an entire week. I've taken diet pills. I've drank horrible tasting protein shakes. I've just gone from one diet to the next, hoping this one diet would be that missing piece that I was looking for on my weight loss journey. And it's just not. So I want you to know I have got your back. You'll know this is for you within the first few minutes of going into the blueprint. But I don't want you to feel rushed. Try it for 2 weeks. If you like it, stay. If you try the Health and Wellness Blueprint for 2 weeks and you watch the lessons and you do the work and you implement the tools you're taught and your relationship to food isn't changed, just let me know. I will give you your money back. So you can't go wrong. This really is the one thing that can end your struggle with your weight. And can you imagine food no longer feeling like the enemy or your master, where you're back in the driver's seat of your life, where your life is full of awesomeness, so you don't need food to make you feel better? And food is no longer the only fun thing in your life or the only joy in your life is eating, right? So there could be chips and salsa on the table and you're not fighting with yourself. You could take it or leave it, but it's the mental battle is over. Imagine living a life where you can go straight to the cute clothes rack, pick out exactly what you want and have it look good, where you're willing to take chances because you have that self-confidence again and you believe in yourself and you start trying things you put off because you thought you were just too fat to do it, right? You can stop living lives on the sideline and start hitting your goals that seemed only impossible to you before. So listen, enroll right now. It's only $350. You're even saving $50. I even knocked $50 off the usual price. So you're saving $50 if you pay in full. You can make 4 payments of $99 if you want. You'll have immediate access to the health and wellness blueprint that you could start working on right away. You get a free 1-hour coaching session one-on-one with me where we'll review your food journal. I can help you solve any roadblocks that you anticipate or you've encountered. Because remember, working with a coach is the fastest way to get results. And if you're coming and working with me, I really want you to be successful. So I would love to meet with you one-on-one and strategize with you and help you overcome any roadblocks that come up for you. You'll also get the ebook, How to Eat Like Your Skinny Friends, as a free bonus as well. And again, like I said, this offer will go away, so act fast. We're going to start in a few days. Once my schedule is full, that one-on-one coaching session bonus will disappear. Our first weekly coaching call is going to be Monday, January 25th. So the doors on this offer close January 24th. You won't see this offer again. We're going to meet for 16 weeks. You'll have access to the replays. We will be meeting on Mondays. You'll get a schedule of when they are. If you can't make it live, you can always, 1, watch the replay, and 2, you are also able to submit any kind of questions or any kind of topics you want coaching on, and I will be more than happy to address them. So even if you can't join me live, you will still be able to have access to all that information. All right, so don't wait. Like I said, I'm giving this offer to over 3,000 women. I have about 30 spots open. So if you want to be in, don't hesitate and wait till the 24th to get in, because I cannot guarantee that the bonuses will still be available. All right, but I hope to see you on the inside. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.